Hi, everybody. This is Central Valley Talk Live. Welcome. I'm Austin Reed, coming to you from our Tower District studios inside the Mike Briggs building. Thank you for joining us. Connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Austin Reed On Air. We're going to be live and local until just before 5 o'clock tonight with a number of guests, so make sure you stay with us. We're going to kick things off with our first guest on this 16th of June. Please give it up for Brad. Hello there, Brad Huff.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
How you doing?
Excellent.
Good. Well, we are talking about Golden Charter Academy.
Yes, we are.
So before we get into that, tell us your backstory.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I'm a farm boy from upstate New York. Had cows and chickens and raised crops to feed the animals and people.
What part of upstate? Because I lived in upstate.
Near Syracuse.
Oh, okay. I was near Elmira.
Elmira.
Yeah.
Well, I was born in Binghamton.
Oh, well then, yeah, that's only an hour away.
The southern tier.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you do at Elmira?
I was a news anchor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How long?
I was there for 2 years, about 10 years ago. So.
Yep. No, so I was born near Binghamton, and which is in the southern tier of New York, and then my family moved up to the Adirondacks, and we were there for 7 years. Then they moved back to the southern tier. I went to Hamilton College, which is near Utica, and then spent a year at Harvard University, and then taught at a private school in New Jersey for 5 years. Got married, I had a daughter, but I was encouraged to get a graduate degree. And so I went to the University of Washington in Seattle, and in about 4.5 years, I knocked out a PhD in physics. I wanted to teach teachers, basically, and then we wanted our children to know their relatives. They were all back in upstate New York, Syracuse, Rochester areas, and so on. And so we moved 3,000 miles back to upstate New York, and we were there for about 10 years. I met a fellow from Fresno. They were opening the Edison Computech Magnet School. And I was interested in magnet programs. I was a college professor, but I was interested in these programs to try to encourage students from the inner city to actually from the suburbs to move to the inner city in hopes of helping with desegregation and so on. Anyway, so I heard about Edison Computech program, and they were recruiting staff. Came out, I met the principal, Verdell Newsom, and John Strempel, who was the superintendent, and they thought I would be a good fit, so maybe a good offer, and so then I moved my family 3,000 miles again. So I arrived here in 1985, so I've been here for 30-some years.
Yeah, the rest is history, as they say.
So that's my backstory.
Okay. Now, today we're going to be talking about some projects
yes.
that you are currently working on, so take it away.
Okay, well, I was the founding principal at University High School, but in addition to teaching at Edison for 15 years. But the main thing is, about 3 years ago, I met a person named C.J. Jones. C.J. has made a commitment to support the young people in West Fresno. And because of my years at Edison and so on, I have an affinity for West Fresno. And CJ asked if I knew anything about charter schools. Well, I did. I helped found several charter schools and written charters and so on. Anyway, and so I met CJ, and I said the first step of founding a charter school is you have to decide where it's going to be. I mean, if you say, do you want to send your child to my school? The first thing a parent will say is, where is it? Right? If it's in Madera or Visalia or someplace like that, I mean, obviously Fresno parents are not going to be too excited about that. So CJ and I drove around for a couple of years looking for land in the Edison area or West Fresno area. And we found a couple spots and so on. But then there was this fateful meeting. Robert Golden, who played professional football for the Pittsburgh Steelers for 6 years, Edison graduate, so on, went to the University of Arizona and so on. CJ knew him, and CJ asked Robert if he would like to do this. Now, Robert is an amazing guy. He's very bright, and his interest in West Fresno is very strong. He grew up there and so on. So, and he has a great interest in giving back to the community. So CJ asked him if he wanted to get involved in this project, and Robert said he did. And there was this fateful meeting, and I knew that we were going to have to build a building And so a good friend of mine is Ed Gonzalez, who was the superintendent at Madera Unified, and he works as a consultant for school construction and remodeling and so on. So I knew he'd be a really good member of the team. So we had this meeting, and unbeknownst to me, Ed also serves on the board of the Fresno Chaffee Zoo. So partway through the meeting, Ed said he wondered if we would be interested in having this school partner with the Chaffee Zoo. Now, I was the former Fresno County Science Coordinator for a few years, and I cooperated with the zoo. I knew they had an excellent education program, so I gave it 2 thumbs up. And so that's worked out. So now, and then we did our homework. What other schools around the country had partnerships with zoos? And there were none. Now, there are zoos that they have a program where they bring maybe juniors in for a couple of weeks or something like that, or preschoolers. So there are zoos that have programs where they bring students in from a particular school, but they're just a week or 2 or something like that. They're not a full partnership. So what we proposed and what the zoo accepted is that our students, and we opened last year with a transitional kindergarten, like 4-year-olds, all the way up through grade 3, and we're adding a 4th grade this coming year. And then gradually it'll be a TK through grade 8. And now there's even musings about having a Golden Charter high school. So anyway,
things are ramping up. Things are ramping up,
and so anyway, we have a video. Anavea, one of our 9-year-olds, was interviewed, and she does a really good job of explaining what it's like to be a student at the school. So I don't know whether we could play that now.
Yeah, Marcus, we ready to roll it? I think we are. I see the thumbs up. Let's check it out, everybody.
My name's Anavea, and I'm 9 years old, and I'm in 3rd grade. Before I came to Golden Charter Academy, I wasn't doing that great, and since I came here, I'm learning a lot of things, and I'm doing better than I used to. When I first came here, I was a little shy. I wanted to go with my mom, and then I got used to it, and some people in my classroom helped me get comfortable. But then once I stayed there, it only took like a month, and I'm literally doing all types of math, types of reading, science, and it's awesome. And even my mom was all like, when I come back home with math, and she even had to do her own paper to see if I was right about it or somebody helping me. And no, I was right, and she was so impressed. She was like, "Oh my God, girl, you're doing so great." Yeah, we've been learning about the air. A few weeks ago, we did a project where people would come and see how floating cars, why we would need floating cars, and air pollution, stuff like that. What I do here for fun is with Coach Lee, when he teaches us karate and stuff like that. It's really fun, and learning how to move your legs and body more. And also we do dance class with Miss Key, and we dance with Mama Golden in the cafeteria. I would say if they came to go to Charter Academy, they would love it. They'll love learning better, and they get to learn new things here, and be able to dance with Mama Golden and do karate with Mr. Coach Lee. And I think they would just be happy and learning a lot and having fun. My experiences at the zoo, we go with Mr. Jake, and he teaches us about monkeys and animals, and sometimes we even do science things with him. And one time we did water science, and it was cool because we were looking about how oil, so we were mixing all types of things inside the water and seeing the difference between clear water and bad oil water. What we need to do to help animals survive, because a lot of animals are dying because of us, Some people, like at the zoo, they save animals that need care and health. And when they do that, it gives a lot of children to see all the animals that they never saw in real life. And we see gorillas, we see monkeys, we see giraffes, elephants, we see cheetahs, lions, we see all types of cool things at the zoo, and they're being treated right instead of being in the wild and getting shot.
Do you feel like you would have this opportunity if you didn't go to Golden Charter Academy?
No, I don't think I would.
Very cute video there, and that little girl says it all.
Yes. And you know, we had a person whom we wanted to invite to be a member of our board, who's on the faculty at Fresno State, and she visited the school, and then she attended a board meeting, and she said what struck her was the articulateness of the students. I mean, well-behaved and so on. Another story, let me tell you. The 4-year-olds were taken on a trip to one of the parks, and they played in the park and so on, and then they came, and as they were getting on the bus, some adults who were there came over and said, now, are these like 2nd or 3rd graders? And they're 4-year-olds, right? And the teacher said, no, they're 4-year-olds. And the adults said, we can't believe how well-behaved they were. And on the way back, the teacher thanked the children for behaving so well, and they just said, one of the things they say is, we golden.
Yeah, that's cute. I like that.
And the thing is that the school, it's like a family. You visit the school, and by the way, we couldn't find a location initially that we could purchase and so on. So the Our Lady of Victory School had been shut down by the Catholic Diocese. So we approached them about, leasing that building for a few years. Right now, we're in negotiations to purchase a building which is very adjacent to the zoo, and so we're working with architects and so on to make that happen in a couple of years. But the school is now located at the old Our Lady of Victory parochial school on Princeton, just off of West. And the thing is that we're in June, middle of June, and I know the school. We're growing to grade 4 and so on. There's a new kindergarten, a new for 4-year-olds and so on. And if you go to the website, which I think is on the screen there, goldencharteracademy.org. You can click on a thing and you
is
can.
Is it .com or .org?
.org. It should be
okay.
.org.
I think it says .com on the screen. That's okay. Well, we'll fix it. If we don't fix it, just everybody, it's .org. Okay.
.org, right. goldencharteracademy.org. Anyway, and so the thing is that on that website, you can scroll down and it says register your child. And so there's a form, you can fill it online. And then the thing is that, we've had, the amazing thing is the school opened this past year in the middle of the pandemic. And the attendance has stayed very, very strong. Parent night, we had 94% of the parents who showed up. We expect the parents to be part of the process.
Yep, they have to be, yeah.
We're all one team.
My wife is amazing with my daughter's homework and all that stuff. I was never I was never good in school, so it's like it stresses me out. But but there's other ways I think as parents that we can be a part of our kids' life.
Right.
Like for instance, they had probably 8 assemblies throughout this past year. This is their first school year, and then they had a daddy-daughter dance. So I made an attempt to go to. I think I missed one the whole year, but it's so important.
Right.
For parents to be involved in any way. Another
unusual feature of the school is the fact that they have what are called presentations of learning. And so, kindergartners, first graders, second graders, the kids get out and then they have these trifold displays, and they have pictures that and we do art, and you can see dancing and all kinds of things are embedded in the school's program. But so they have like maybe 5 or 6 tables with these displays, and then there are several students in front of each display, and then they explain what they've learned in the unit that they've just finished. And I mean, it's absolutely amazing that they talk so intelligently, and parents, they just say, I can't get over it. Well, maybe when you were in school, when you got home, your mother or dad said, what'd you learn in school today? And the typical answer was nothing.
Right, yeah.
But when these kids get home, I mean, their parents, they just can't shut them up. We did this, we did that, and so on. Yeah. And
makes all the difference.
We really, I mean, as I said, I've done, I think, some good things in my career, and I think Golden Charter Academy is near the top, if not the top thing that I've been able to be part of.
So awesome. Again, we fixed it. GoldenCharterAcademy.org.
There you go.
Brad, Huff, thank you for joining us today.
Well,
appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
We'll have to come back next school year to update us, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. I'm Austin Reed. This is Central Valley Talk.